In the heart of our bustling communities, a silent crisis quietly unfolds every day. It's not the absence of food that plagues us, but the shocking amount we discard. In many developed countries, households are responsible for the majority of food waste. 1/3 of all the food found in homes within the United States are wasted. When consumers demand more sustainable practices, businesses are compelled to respond. In essence, change starts at home because that's where we have the most influence and where small actions can lead to significant results. Individual actions like composting and mindful shopping do fight against the issue. Although this makes a difference, however, how much can an individual truly do by themselves? Imagine the power of an entire community working together. That's what this solution embodies. So I decided to interview the members of my community to figure out what are the most pressing problems and whether my solution addresses those problems. The process involves collecting food scraps from homes, freezing them to preserve freshness, then depositing them at central collection sites. These collection sites cater to entire communities and ensure that the volunteers have a clear place to pick them up from. This also reduces the time needed and CO2 emissions which would be caused from driving around to each individual house. Volunteers transport these scraps to animal shelters, sanctuaries, and farms. Motivations for volunteers range from receiving volunteer hours for teens to community involvement for retired individuals and teaching opportunities for parents. This motivation is especially needed because a lot of time and energy will go into transporting these materials as this model occurs once per week. This process promotes community unity, reduces food wastage, and mitigates environmental issues such as deforestation and CO2 emissions associated with commercial animal food production. Ultimately, it provides a reliable food source for animals in need while creating a positive impact on society.
I just put them in the trash.
Okay.
I have to admit we're not good at dealing with scraps.
Throw them in the trash.
Truthfully, I normally throw them away.
Absolutely. So if somebody needs it, we're happy to put it away.
That was an option, yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Nice idea.
Cool. And is that something you'd be willing to do routinely on a weekly basis?
Yes.
Yeah, if there's an option for doing that, I believe in recycling. I do as much as I can at home. So obviously, if there's an option, I will do that.
When I'm throwing away the ends of tomatoes and lettuce and stuff like that, strawberries, things that I am cutting up, and just throwing them in the trash can.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see where those could contribute to, another person's livelihood if they did like maybe own a farm or have a barn or something.
I think it's like kind of inconvenient, like having to go out of my way and find like farms. Probably, yeah. Like if I'm getting like volunteering hours, I would probably do it.
Of course, I would love to drop off these items. I think the more beneficial it is for the shelter homes, it would be more beneficial for me. I have a smaller daughter. She's 5. I think it will be a very good learning lesson for her.
Yeah, I mean like once a week, twice a week,
So,
something like that.
and in exchange for every time you would make a trip, you would receive 1 volunteer hour. So do you think that would be something that would motivate you to do it more often?
Okay, yeah, definitely
Yeah.
more often.
I was raised on a farm, so I have an experience of that. We had pigs, which will consume pretty much anything. And we had chickens at one point. They would eat a lot of things. Cattle, they didn't eat as much. They had specific things they liked, but they would eat more than you might think they would. And we had a dog, and our dog at the farm would eat any scraps that we put out for it. And that would usually be a mixture of like vegetables.
Yeah, that reminds me of around Halloween time, we get emails throughout the neighborhood and they send us emails about the pumpkins and how do people dispose of the pumpkins, because some people just throw them in the garbage can. So a lot of people collect them and send them to a farm for the animals, or mostly like local farms in the community, or what they can do is throw them in their backyard for the deer to eat.
So my brother raises pigs and chickens. My mom saves her scraps
for the pigs.
Okay.
So, you know, she lives by herself, and a loaf of bread will go bad because it's made for many and not one, or something like that. And so she takes all of her scraps that the pigs can and will eat, and gives it to my brother to take to his farm. I do think that farm animals are probably maybe better off with some of them.
She loves vegetables. She loves blueberries. That's her favorite. She likes sweet potato. She likes apple. She likes peelings from almost anything I can feed her. You know?
Well, we have friends with pigs, so we would give all of our scraps left over to them.
A lot of it is either pumpkin or banana peels, or just some tops of the strawberries or things of that nature. I sometimes blend them together to create form like a dough for my dog as well, so that he can have some natural treats.
And I also have pets, and this is another big thing. I have 5 dogs and 4 bunnies, and you know, kind of the darker greens tend to give to the rabbits, and actually put it in dog food as well.
By uniting in this endeavor, we not only address food waste, but also foster a sense of shared responsibility and purpose. From young to old, everyone plays a vital role in this collective effort.